Shalom, all praise to Yahweh Shem Shah, double honors to the Apostle GMS. This is Another Allah coming at you another video. And in this video, I'm going to focus on the book of First Peter, chapter 4, verse 14. About being a reproach for the name of the anointed, his name is Yahweh Shah. Okay? Because in this truth, we're going to go through temptations. People going to talk trash about us. That's a part of this thing. That's going to happen. People going to want to separate themselves from us. That's just a part of this thing. That's what comes with the territory. And there's scriptures that speak about that. And it tells us, how we should feel, how we should take it, how we should look at it. Now, I'm not going to go into the whole thing. I'm going to go to probably about verse 16. Maybe even verse 14. We'll see. Let's go. 1 Peter 4:14. If ye be reproached for the name of Yahushua, say the word reproach real fast.
Strong's G 3679 Anidizo.
Anidizo. To reproach, upbraid, revile, undeserved reproach, undeserved reproach. To vow, upbraid, cast, favor, receive, one's teeth. No more. Reproach means to express disappointment, disapproval, or mild criticism towards someone for their actions or behavior. So when a person expresses disappointment and disapproval, in other words, when they speak ill of us, right? So it says, if you be reproached for the name of Yahushua, see, that's the reproach that is being reproached for the name of Yahushua. So if someone is expressing disagreement and disapproval and speaking ill of you for the name of Yahushua, in other words, because you are a believer in Yahushua, because you're doing what's righteous. So if you're doing what's right according to the scriptures, and the person is showing disapproval of you, right? Happy are ye. But that's only if you live in righteousness. It's not talking about somebody that's in this thing that's being wicked. You're around brothers and you're being righteous, but when you're in the world, you're being wicked. No. If you're approached for the name of Yahushua, happy are ye. Now, of course, that applies when we out there teaching. But remember, we're always walking in the name of Yahushua, even when we aren't teaching, even when we aren't among the brothers, even when we aren't doing lesson, we're walking in the name of Yahushua, as long as we're living righteously according to the scriptures. So if we catch any kind of hell, we're supposed to be happy. Why? For the spirit of the Most High, for the spirit of glory, and then the Most High resteth upon you. So the spirit rests upon us. And when something is rested upon something, it's sitting there, it's lying there. In other words, if it's saying the spirit of glory and the spirit of the Most High rests upon you, it's saying that what is dwelling within you is right there with us. If I take something and I rest it on the table, or I rest it over here, or I rest it over there, it's right there in that particular spot. So the spirit of the Most High rests upon us, then it's right there in us, dwelling in us, dwelling upon us. Okay? That's a sign right there. So when you catch in hell, that's a sign that the spirit of the Most High rests upon you if you live righteously. On their part, he is evil spoken of, but on your part, he is glorified. So when the people out there in the world, they may mistreat us and look at us and look down on us, they're speaking evil of us. But on our part, he's being glorified. Look at some more scriptures. St. John 15:23. I'm 15 and 15 and 20. Remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will persecute you also. They will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. Guess what? The Lord will persecute you. And guess what? Us coming in the Lord's stead, and this time you'll be persecuted too. Because the servant is not greater than his Lord. With the Lord is or his master, in other words, went through. Guess what? We got to go through as well. It's just a part of it. You know, if you got two people on the same team, both of them gonna get some type of criticism. Come with the territory. They'll criticize or people from the same organization. The player gonna get criticized as well as the head coach. The coach didn't make adjustments and the player didn't execute how he was supposed to. They can always have something to say. Okay, so the servant is not greater than his Lord. You know, they're gonna look at the franchise, the owner of the team, and say, "What are you doing? You're supposed to get better guys around these players, so they can win a championship." All right. A boxer goes into the ring, loses, was trained, didn't make adjustments. The boxer didn't train hard enough. He came in 8 pounds overweight. He looked a little bit sluggish. You know, so the servant is not greater than his Lord. I don't even think I'm gonna be able to hit them other verses in First Peter, but I'm gonna keep going because I'm already 6 minutes in. Acts 5, and now this whole thing is good. Now this is when the disciples were told not to speak in the name of Yahushua. Okay, the high priest said to them that they were told not to speak upon the name of Yahushua. I'm gonna read a little bit into that. Acts 5 and 27. And when they had brought them, they set them before the council, and the high priest asked them, saying, "Did not we straitly command you that ye should not teach in his name? And behold, ye have filled Jerusalem with your doctrine, and intend to bring this man's blood upon us." Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, "We ought to obey the Most High rather than men." Right, we ought to obey the Most High rather than men. So the Most High comes before what men say. So even though they were being told not to teach in the name of Yahushua, they said, "Listen, we ought to obey the Most High rather than men." See that? This whole thing is good. I want to jump down. Verse 37. After this, no, see. Verse 34. Then stood there up one in the council, a Pharisee named Gamaliel, a doctor of the law, had a reputation among all the people, and commanded to put the apostles forth a little space, and said unto them, "Ye men of Israel, take heed to yourselves, what ye intend to do as touching these men. For before these days rose up through this, boasting himself to be somebody, to whom a number of men, about 400, joined themselves, who were slain, and all as many as obeyed him were scattered and brought to naught. After this man rose up Judas of Galilee in the days of the taxing, and drew away much people after him. He also perished, and all, even as many as obeyed him, were dispersed. Wow. Now let's go to the next verse. And now I say unto you, refrain from these men, let them alone, for if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught. So Gamaliel is giving them a history of what Judas and Judas did in a way to seek to overthrow the Roman government. But what they tried to do failed. It said that what? They were slain, they were scattered, brought to naught. As many as obeyed him, they were dispersed with Judas and Judas. So it's telling you, that act was of men, but it's of Most High. Verse 39. But if it be the Most High, you cannot overthrow it. As happily you be found even to fight against the Most High. So you're not fighting against men when you fight against us, you're fighting against the Lord. And to him they agreed, and when they had called the apostles and beaten them, they commanded them that they should not speak in the name of Yahushua and let them go. And they departed from the presence of the council, rejoicing that they were counted worthy to suffer shame for his name. Why? Because they were persecuted for righteousness' sake. Okay? They were persecuted in the name of Yahushua. So they was happy. So the Spirit of the Most High rested upon them. And guess what? When the Spirit of the Most High rests upon you in these situations, be protected. And they departed from the presence of the council, rejoicing that they were counted worthy to suffer shame for his name. And daily in the temple and in every house they ceased not to teach and preach Yahushua. And they still didn't stop teaching. See that? Luke 6. And 22. Blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and when they shall separate you from their company, and shall reproach you and cast out your name as evil for the Son of Man's sake. So guess what? When people separate you from your company and reproach you and cast out your name as evil, that guy's look at that guy's evil for the Son of Man's sake. Be blessed. That shows that the Most High is dealing with us. Because if you in this truth and everything going right in your life, then you gotta question how dedicated you are to this thing. Now, when I say going right in your life, it doesn't mean everything with you could be good. You know, job. You know, let's say your woman is in order, your kids is doing good, you're good financially, and all of that. But guess what? It may be an issue with a family member of yours that you love, that you're close with. You know what I'm saying they may have something going on, and that's affecting you in a mentally. You know, or maybe a family member that you at odds with in some way, shape, or form. You know, because not every brother in this truth gonna have the same hell. Some brother might go through hell with his family. Some brother might go through hell with his woman. Some brother might go through hell with finances. Some brother might go through hell with their health. Some brother might go through hell just spiritually. You know, constant. You know, temptation. You know what I'm saying? So, and many other things. So everybody's hell not necessarily gonna be the same thing. That brother got a nice car, nice clothes, making good money. And most I can't be with him. No, that don't mean that. Everybody's hell not gonna be the same. When you come to this thing, you realize that, and you mature in this thing, you realize that. This is basically the same thing as Luke. Matthew 5:11. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of things against you falsely for my sake. So they make false accusations, and they made all kinds of accusations because they called us all kinds of names, man. You know, these are the camps out there. People on comment boards. They've spoken ill of us. But you know what? The Most High is dealing with us. We still out there teaching the word of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. Where these other guys at? They nowhere to be found. You know what I'm saying? Rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. I think I can end that there. So we gotta rejoice and be exceedingly glad, because great is our reward in heaven. So because in heaven, the thing that we're going through is being accounted of, and we're gonna be rewarded for that with the kingdom of heaven. And not just with the kingdom of heaven, the Most High can reward you with different things, you know, in your life. The Most High can reward you with worldly things. It's possible. Catching no kinds of hell this way, this hell coming you this way, that way. The Most High can grant you a good job. The Most High could take that demon that's on your woman and have her your order. You know what I'm saying? The Most High could do that. Whatever spiritual demon was plaguing you, the Most High could remove that. You know? And said, for so persecuted they the prophets before you. So the same thing happened to the people, to the prophets that was before us, man. This ain't nothing new. So brothers gotta always remember that. Make sure that the Most High dealing with you, so you're not supposed to get discouraged. Some guys get discouraged, and they fall out. You had guys that had them kind of problems, and they got weak. So with that, I'm gonna close and say, "Oh, praise the How about Shemashah, the balance, the posture, Jim, mess, oh, but learn something, Shalom."